Yeah, certainly whenever you can play in front of your home crowd, it's always a good feeling, especially when you're on the road as much as we traditionally are around this time of year. Um, Headed into finals, I thought this could have been a trap game for us, but I appreciate the efforts of Coach Benny and preparing our guys, the rest of our coaches, and getting them ready throughout the week, and certainly our leadership with Isaiah Small, Shelby Adams, and Mason Harrell stepping up to kind of push our guys and not be content with what happened on last week in Houston. So I thought that we came out a little bit sluggish, but I thought that it came out with incredible energy, considering the fact that they just played 48 hours ago and had a long trip here. So they played inspired basketball, and we just had to chip away at this thing and get it right. So. It's a long season, as you guys can see. These are long games, and a lot happens throughout the course of them. So I'm just happy that we've been resilient enough to weather the storm and get back to Bobcat basketball.
Coach, what made you think this could have been a trap game?
Well, I think whenever you've come off a road victory against an opponent like Rice, an in-state opponent, in which most of the people think that you accomplished something rare in winning that game, and you get back home and you hear a lot of good things about how well you've been playing, and then you come back with your mind set on finishing out the semester, things of that nature. Usually the third thing that's on your mind is the upcoming opponent, and whenever that happens, you can find yourself in a tough place. So. From that standpoint, and then you're playing against a well-coached team that have been in almost all of their games. It just hadn't had opportunities down the stretch to win them. So, you can look at their schedule and you can look at their win and loss record, and then you can feel like, you can be less than yourself and still win the game, and that's not necessarily true. So that's the reason why I thought it could be a trap game.
Hi, Coach. Congrats on the win. You guys are. It's 5 in a row now, and a couple of 3 weeks away from conference play beginning. From what you're seeing from your team right now, is this a team that's starting to look like one that stands a really good chance of being able to defend their conference championship from a year ago, or do you need to see, or if you need to see a little bit more, what would it be?
Yeah, I think we definitely need to see a little bit more. I think we're a long ways away from a conference championship right now. And we typically don't look at it from the standpoint of, getting to the end of the season. We're a one-day better group. I would like for us to focus on the present and lock in, and then and take steps towards improving in culture and standards. And I think that if we can do that, winning can be a byproduct. I thought that there were times throughout the course of the game where we looked around trying to figure out who was playing. We're taking steps, but it's going to take a little bit more of adversity and trying to find, good coping mechanisms throughout the course of a game to answer that.
Coach, you mentioned you guys kind of got off to a sluggish start in that first half. What do you feel like contributed to that? And then what changed at the start of that second half when you guys went on that run?
Yeah, it's a number of things, to be honest with you. I think first and foremost, you can't allow a rhythm team to get into a rhythm. From the very first, very first buck, just a misread, a misassignment. Stuff we've been working on. Allowing guys to catch it where they catch it at. Ball screen defense, being more reactionary. I think great defenders are great anticipators. I thought we were in a reaction state early on in the game, and that caused for them to be in a rhythm. That kind of stuff, and if we continue to do that, against better teams, it'll put us behind the 8 ball quite a bit, and we're going to struggle. So I think it's important that we lock in, take film a little bit more serious, and kind of apply the game plan that's put forth in front of us.
One of the guys who it seemed like really helped get you all going in that first half was Dylan Dawson. What's kind of been his development from year 1 to year 2?
Yeah, I think he's taken steps. He's been challenged, to be one of our better defenders. He's also been challenged to be a guy that needs to shoot the ball well for us to be successful. I think simplifying his role, holding him accountable for extra hours in the gym in that area, making sure that he's guarding the ball and pestering the ball whenever he's in to give Mason a little bit of a break, and just giving him the confidence to trust his ability. He has a beautiful jump shot. Just need to shoot it more and believe in it more. And and I have to attribute the coaches for working with him after hours and getting his shot ready and continuing to coach his mental and emotional health.
Coach, I remember last time around this year when y'all went into finals, the team went into a little bit of a slump. What do you feel like you can do this season to kind of avoid that?
Yeah, I think hydration, I think rest, more film study, higher level of understanding, clarity, I think that those are the key things. I think from a coaching standpoint, I think we have to kind of look at where we were last year and why we were there, and then try to see who we are this year to this point, and talk about our strengths and weaknesses and try to address those things in practice.